just because I'm homeless doesn't mean I can't stay clean. So I got a jug of water that is propping up my phone right now. And, I just washed up all my important areas. I don't have shaving cream right now, so I'm going to use lotion. It'll do a double effect. It'll moisturize my face while I shave. Got a cup of water right here. I'm building me a pallet structure. I'm going to put a new roof on this today. As soon as I'm done with this little bit of personal upkeep, putting a roof on my structure and gonna waterproof it with tarps. And I found a 55-gallon metal barrel that I'm going to cut open and on the side and make a door. And then I got some chimney tube that the homeboy's gonna let me have. I'm gonna make me a wood stove for inside my shack, and I'll be able to ride out the winter in relative comfort. Due to the high cost of rent and the fact that I've had 20 jobs in the last 15 years and no one will hire me because I am rather mentally ill and I struggle with addiction issues, which I don't make excuses for, but I also do not commit crime to support my addiction. I don't do anything to hurt anybody to support my addiction. I'm neglectful of my relationships with my daughters and my stepkids for sure. My interpersonal relationships do suffer. I'm not going to make any allusions to that. But sober people do that as well. And I'm going to address those issues. Now that I'm going to have a little bit of stability, I plan on going into mental health, following through with my my appointments, and I'm going to try to get clean, people. I'm going to try to get to where I never relapse, and that I'm properly medicated, but not the ones that make me a zombie. Sorry, not doing it. Probably always going to be an emotional roller coaster. But I've learned when I get super moody, all I need to do is have a ham sandwich and a nap. And typically when I wake up, I'm in a much better frame of mind. I've decided to document my experiences being homeless to show that while, yes, so many people that are homeless are douchebags and they're dirty and they're on drugs and they don't care, there are the small majority, or the small minority rather, that are like that. And the majority of us that wind up homeless are just lost folks. Hit some hard times, couldn't see their way out of it for a minute, and dug themselves a hole. And we all know that once you dig yourself a hole, it's probably 5 times harder getting out than it was digging the motherfucker, you know? And that's just the way it is, right? I don't make any excuses. I am fully accountable. And I'm going to do what I got to do to get myself out of it. But it's going to be a process, you know? I have come to accept certain truths about myself recently that I was unaware of for the longest of times. You know? I certainly know for a fact that I struggle with dissociative identity disorder. You know, probably some borderline personality disorder. I'm ADD. I struggle with bouts of depression. I have PTSD. And I can disassociate from reality real fucking easily. You know, and then you top my addiction issues on top of that, and you've got, you know, the perfect storm of someone who doesn't know who they are or what they want in life. And that's been or where they belong, right? Always looking for validation from an outside source. And that's why I've become a people pleaser. And that's why I have become a social chameleon, you know? And now that I'm aware of these things, I don't want to be that person anymore that has no sense of their self. You know what I'm saying? I want to figure out who the fuck Mike really, really, really is. You know? The one thing I have come to terms with this year, you know, is my sexuality, and I have the gift of self-love. Like, I am fully bisexual. I can be just as attracted to a male as I can be a female. I've accepted the fact that I'm probably incapable of monogamy. I'm definitely a proponent for ethical polyamory. I have come to terms with the fact that I am an artist all the way to the bone. Some guys learn how to like do brain surgery or build houses or fix cars. Me, I have been given a gift of lyrical ability that when I am tapped in to the source and the moment, I can capture that moment with words and tone that is unlike anybody else, I think. I really do have a high opinion of what I can do artistically, and I know that it's relevant because whenever somebody gets mad at me, they attack it. And I've come to realize that they're just trying to hurt me. Now, music is objective and subjective to people's moods and whims, and for every one person that hates my stuff, there's about 5 or 6 that think it's the dopest. So that's a great feeling, to be validated as an artist. I'm at almost 450,000 views on TikTok right now. And when you do the numbers, that's 8 stadiums. 32,000 people hit the heart button. That's an emotional response. That's like 1 out of 12. When you compare that to the population of the US, that comes out to about 24 million records sold. That's platinum 24 times. Now, would it come out exactly like that? No, but I'm telling you, I would be a relevant force of disruptive energy in the music industry. So hopefully that reality happens. I have my foot in the door with the industry right now. I've got the attention of a couple producers and labels. And if it happens, what I do want to say is, of course, you know, I won't be living in a pallet shack anymore in the homeboy's backyard. I'll have a hot shower every day, probably a vehicle to drive, nice equipment to make my art with. But that's all I want. I'm a simple person. All of you, you know who you are. You'd be going with me all the way, however far it went. That being said, I'm gonna, well, probably apply some more lotion in my face because I'm getting dried out and aging due to my exposure to the elements and my drug addiction. Um, which I am addressing. You know, I do less and less and less and less, and then my relapses are fewer and further between. Um, Despite what everyone would like to believe, I'm really not that strung out, nor am I so lost and broken that I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, the way through, so to speak. I had to go through this rite of passage, I believe, to really come to terms with who I am and no longer be in a state of identity crisis. That's why I constantly vocalize my truth so that I stay rooted in reality, because it's so easy for me to disassociate, make a new one, and I'll believe it. I will believe that shit. And it is my biggest fear that one day I'll disassociate and pick a different reality and I will never come back from it. So I know that to some of you that are more reserved about your personal life and all that shit, all the people that fucking lecture me, you know, we're different people. I have to be the way that I am in order to be connected to reality. It has to be the Mike Show 24/7. Otherwise, I lose touch. And all I can say is if you don't like it, don't tune in. You know? Don't tune in. I get it. I get it. It can be annoying that I always have to be center of attention and all that shit. But I am that person. I am that dude. It's what I was born to do. I was put on this earth to make dope art, to entertain. It's why I put all this knowledge in my head. I always have interesting things to talk about. I know pretty much something about everything for a reason. I have a high IQ, you know, for a reason. I'm in the 160s, people. Genius is 145. But it's also people like me that fucking struggle the most with mental illness. If it was so easy as just keeping my mouth shut and listening to my boss, you think I wouldn't have figured that out by now? I'm not lazy, so quit accusing me of being lazy. I've had 20 jobs in the last 15 years. I'm mentally ill. I do not know how to get along with people in a work environment. The minute somebody says something fucking stupid, it's a wrap. I can't. It's like I'm outside of my body watching the stupid shit fly out of my mouth. So please quit lecturing me about, oh, just keep your mouth shut and change your hair and fucking quit being who you are and just go in there and work. No, it's not that fucking easy, people. I've been trying for 15 years, so miss me. I bought a house. I had vehicles. I took care of my kids. I lost my wife while we were separated because I hadn't dealt with my rage issues. And we were going to counseling and we were on the verge of reconciling, and she died of a fucking heart attack. And so the fuck what if I dove in a spoon? Who the fuck are you to judge me? You know what I mean? I've never stole from you. I know that for a fact. I don't talk shit about you behind your back. I know that for a fact. Not any of you. But I will call you on your shit. I will hold you accountable just like I hold myself accountable. And the fact that so many of you have turned your back on me and closed your fucking door to me tells me everything I need to know about the choices I've made over the last few years, about who I've chose to spend my time with and give my loyalty and respects to. I am gonna dig myself right up out of the mud. And I have ambition. I'm gonna do something so remarkable. I'm gonna go so far. And I'm gonna achieve it all by being true to who the fuck I am. My art, my truth, my disruptive energy is gonna take me all the way to the fucking big show. And those of you that have remained true, you're going with me. Know that, baby. We are going. But those of you that have had nothing but judgmental bullshit to say to me, that have turned your backs to me, that have lectured me time and time and time again about something you don't fucking understand. Well, that's all I gotta say about that.